Say that,
That just breaks my
when I
heart.
was at school.
Make a good community center though.
Make a good
Empty storefronts.
Empty storefronts. Empty storefronts.
Yeah, I was gonna say Main Street.
Is that the reason Main Street is? It
Well,
because
we did a streetscape, but it's old and it's really antiquated now, or not antiquated, but it's in need of really a lot of repair. So that, it was at one time something to be proud of, now it's getting a little rough and we're not so proud of it.
to rehab streetscape? Okay.
I think accessibility. I don't think we're even close to the most walkable community in Montcalm County.
I think we need, I'm sorry, Brian. I was gonna say, I think we need to attract more hospitality businesses, like restaurants. Aaron. More senior housing. I'm getting old.
I know what you mean.
I'll say she can kick you out.
I'm older than you think.
Anything else?
I personally would like to see an industrial zone.
Are these the ideas you're looking for, or are you
Yes.
looking for things we want to get rid of?
No. I mean, a lack of something is a sorry just as much as something that you want to get rid of.
Like, it's hard, this is not a tangible thing, I think, that I'm thinking of, is next, we have a hard time teaming up as a community. I don't know if it's because of just because of the city we are, but if you take another community that's a little bit smaller, and I'll say one just off of us like Sheridan, when they have an event, their whole community will pitch in and team together and put forth a shoulder to Stanton. We can't seem to get that. I don't know, it's not anything that you can put a finger on. I just don't know why we just are unable to have, I don't know if we've ever been able to come together on anything.
Lack of community pride.
It is, I think, I don't know why, it's like I said, you can't put your finger on it. I can't anyway, maybe somebody else can.
I think that ties into county stigma too. I mean, I've only been here for a short time, but I've spoken with other stakeholders in other communities, and I think it comes partially with being the county seat. I think that's pretty common, but I think people have sort of a negative stigma in Stanton, in other communities, you know, which I think is mostly unfounded, but I think it ties into that community culture that Ron is talking about. I don't think we've ever really defended it to the point where people might think twice.
I feel
Well,
like
there's
it's
a
starting
huge
to change.
segment of the county population that know nothing other than the court system.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
DHS
saying.
office and,
Not necessarily.
legal trouble and, or paying county fines, like,
Yeah, stay away from Stanton,
yeah, you're under that name.
because, yeah, you're right,
Okay.
you're right. You're absolutely right.
Anything else?
There's a
This is a
level of
perception.
poverty that is a concern.
Okay. Anything else?
Don, what was your comment?
Poverty?
Okay, I didn't, I'm sorry.
Lack of industry, you know.
Also a lack of, I would say a lack of diverse housing. I think, given what our demographics are, I think there's a need for some housing diversity.
And as a community with municipal water and sewer, you have the ability to have more diverse housing than, say, a rural area where everyone relies on septic fields and wells. So that's, there are some things like that provide a niche for you to serve within the total population of the region. What about the healthcare system in the area? Thank you for coming. What about the healthcare system in the community? Is that a plus? I mean, do you draw people in because of the facilities, or people have to go to Greenville, or?
I think we have a great mental health system.
Mhm.
As far as physical health, we could sure use a nice big hospital here in
We export our healthcare to Carson City, Lakeview, and Greenville, according to most data. And, sure.
We don't even have a doctor's office in town.
No,
Wakefield.
Oh,
I think we have
We have
one.
two of them. because we have-
And again, you know,
By the department.
some communities have in the future, or have in their future plan, where they do actually provide, they have existing medical services. That's again the niche, where, as the population continues to age, if they have those facilities, then they're more likely to attract the senior housing and other things like that, because, people say, well, if I'm gonna see my doctor every day, like my mom complains, I gotta see the doctor 3 times a week. Well, why don't I live, a block from the doctor's office, rather than, 10 miles away?
That was a big plus for Lakeview when they attracted the senior facilities that they've got now in the last couple of years.
One of the things that I don't know if this would apply or not, but I've been told that the county needs a juvenile facility for, like a.
Juvenile, yeah.
Juvie.
Yeah. And so is that sorry because you anticipate the possibility of one being located here?
No, I would hope that we would have one located here, because now we're exporting problem juveniles out of the county to be housed somewhere else, or sending them back home and they should be incarcerated.
Okay, so a proud or potential asset would be the potential for a juvenile facility in, I'm seeing some people saying, nah, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that one. But this is a brainstorming session, so it's not a question of everyone agreeing or not agreeing. We're gonna put it on the list. So potential for juvie facility.
It's not, it may be not the most desirable, but
Think of the good it would be.
it's a moneymaker.
Well, how many
Take
community-
problem children off the street.
In the 80s and 90s, how many communities were vying to be, give us the next jail? Because, it's a lot of good paying jobs.
That's us, that's one of our assets.
Yeah,
I have a personal one, I guess.
yeah,
I'm sorry that they have a pistol range in Stanton.
yeah.
I don't think it's appropriate to have a shooting range in the city limits of Stanton.
Can you hear them up at your place?
Oh, I hate that.
Really here.
I don't care.
I'm glad they're shooting in the right direction.
I just don't understand why it's put a pistol range in town shooting.
It's an outdoor pistol range?
Huh?
It's an outdoor pistol range?
It just makes no sense.
That's the sheriff's department.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why should they be exempt? It says that there shouldn't be any shooting ranges in the city of Stanton. But it's just a personal thing. I don't care about hearing people shooting. It's nice that they're out there practicing and carrying on.
Government service.
Yes, sir.
Lack of entertainment facilities,
Okay.
such as theaters,
Amphitheater.
amphitheaters.
Public
things like
meeting,
that.
like live music venues.
Rock and roll.
Well, I didn't say that.
I really would like to see something like that, because we go into Greenville.
I got a couple
Well,
of
that's by the river, down there, it's really like,
You know,
I got Mr. Day.
what was it?
Yes.
I'm sorry that they have so many open ditch
They
drains.
do down in Portland. too.
Okay.
I would love to see those open ditches
Down along the
covered in. All they do is attract scrub and paper from McDonald's.
Okay.
All
All right. Anyone else?
Bring their own popcorn and.
Okay. Do you have another one?
Huh?
Do you have another one, you said?
No, I'll probably think of one of them.
Okay.
Did you
All
say
right.
something about neighbors?
Neighbors, I don't want any neighbors. They don't want me.
Okay. All right, well, we're gonna use this information just to kind of help them inform us as we go through the data collection and analysis. So this isn't a final list, obviously, but as we move forward and start working on our goals analysis, we'll be bringing this list back up and talking to you more after saying, okay, here's the information we have about each community. Sometimes we've actually had a situation where a community said, for example, we think, one of our sorries is the lack of senior housing. And then we go back and say, well, actually, this is what the data shows. You're actually, oh, really? I didn't realize that. And so sometimes things come off simply because the information we provide shows that it really isn't sorry, or sometimes, unfortunately, it isn't necessarily something you want to be proud of. But so this isn't the only time you're going to see this, but this is kind of helping us to get the process kicked off. So
I got one more thing on.
Yes, sir.
One thing, if we look at if you really, I know you haven't, and most people haven't. If you look at the city itself, we have a lot of unimproved streets that never have been improved in Stanton for one reason or another. It's still city property, that has not been abandoned. And it's possible for those streets to be cleaned up.
platted and
They're already
unimproved
platted,
streets.
they're already platted, and they're all laid out, ready to go. They just nothing has ever been done with it. And I would like to see that looked at. Maybe there are some connectors to our athletic fields down there, and there may be more reasons that I don't know of why they haven't improved those streets.
So could they be used? Maybe they're used as traffic, maybe they're used as pedestrian trails, or maybe they're used for some other purpose. Again, if they're right away, you can't use them for just anything, you gotta use them for.
They are plotted city streets that could be used for walking if they didn't do anything else down there.
Right. Okay, anything else? All right, well, again, thank you very much for the input. Oh, yes.
Problem, sorry, both. I think we have done some work on our sewer and water, which has helped bring up to date, but I think there's a whole lot more that needs to be done.
So water and sewer improvements are both a proud and a sorry. Okay. And we've got that information right here. Okay, anything else?
Pretty comprehensive.
Well, again, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to come tonight. Like I said, this is just the beginning of the process. We hope to. Oh, there are a couple of housekeeping things that I should probably take care of tonight as well. Again, the next meeting we would anticipate would actually be the downtown analysis, which will be something where Sharon Woods from Land Use USA will set up a time, usually like a Friday, Saturday type of thing, where she'll be here and we'll participate with that. But that's not really a planning commission meeting. It's going to be a series of activities that she'll undertake, and then she'll make a presentation. But that will be something that she'll be handling. So the next planning commission meeting that we would anticipate actually would probably not be until May, after we've done the prouds and sorries, unless we need to, for some reason, shrink the schedule a little bit in order to, do the open house earlier. But once we do that, we'll need to figure out when that's going to be, what day of the month. And again, because Scott and I both tend to have a lot of clients and meetings, we're not available for every, in any particular night all the time. When does the planning commission normally meet?
We actually just started regular bi-monthly meetings, so their next meeting won't actually be until March.
Okay, and what day of the month is it?
Did we set a day, or we're going to continue to explore out by.
Okay, because I can give you, the dates that we will be available in each of the months that we're going to be meeting. Right now, there are 4 or 5 days that I have in any given month that right now are essentially open unless some of the clients has. But the rest of the dates are, set aside for meetings that may or may not occur. They might not need me that month or whatever. But Scott's actually got a much more wide open schedule.
Well, if you can send me the dates that'll be available in March,
Yep.
we can probably try to correlate to make sure that works out.
Okay.
And I'll make sure to communicate that to everybody.
Fantastic, fantastic.
I have a question.
Yes,
When she does the downtown study,
yes.
is that gonna be just our existing downtown or the downtown development area.
DDA zone.
Yeah, that's what, you can help to define the limit. I mean, it can't be the entire city, because she wouldn't be able to do it in the time frame that she has set aside. But if there was a larger area than just the 2 or 3 blocks that constitute the traditional downtown, we just need to let her know in advance that you want to include those. Okay?
Did we talk about the second Tuesday or Thursday?
Of the month,
Yeah.
possibly.
Every other month.
Yeah.
I know we talked about a potential date, but we'll nail that down.
So no set date for meetings at this time. Okay. All right, the other question I have is, as we move forward, we're going to start preparing reports, summaries of the information as we prepare it, so we don't give you everything all at once. You give have time to, do a little light reading rather than feeling like you got, now you got, War and Peace to go through. What's the best way of getting that to you? Jake, would it be best just to give it to you, or do you want us to email you it and have you print it out, or us print out copies and mail it to you, or?
I think sending me an electronic copy would make sense, because then I can go, I touch every one of those meetings, so then I can delineate it to everybody in a timely fashion.
Yeah, and then the greater distribution, the better. This isn't something that has to be a secret with the planning commission. So if the council wants copies of the material, or the DDA wants copies, or the Chamber of Commerce would like to see information, we would encourage you to distribute it.
Yeah.
And then just, those other bodies, if they have comments, if they could follow them through you.
Yeah, I think that would be the best way. We want to be very inclusive, so I'll make sure everybody gets every report, but then I can take feedback and then send it along. for review.
Thank you very much. But planning commission and council, if you guys have comments, you can just call one of us, call him. Okay, again, thank you very much for your time, and have a nice rest of your evening.
Appreciate it.
Bigger scope, better.
Meeting adjourned.
What's that mean, citizens?
Everybody. I actually have the form all filled out of Craig was gonna do it. All I have to do is just submit, send the bill to Janet, and then she can.
You ate it all, huh?
Well,
Didn't even leave yet.
myself, Ray,
Yeah.
Carl, Chris,
Move forward.
Sherry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
I'll just need to text.
We need to talk
I think there's other stakeholders on a few other places.
We've sent around.
I got the county sent out notification.
Jake, you have a good evening. Thanks for
Thanks
the invite.
I'll get that date figured out.
That would be one.
Oh, it's standing right in